Hello, this is Patrick. Welcome to Chart Built Wealth, profitable investing with technical analysis. I wanted to give you a copper update. A couple days ago, I went from bullish to neutral. I wanted to revisit that today, so let's get into it. This is the copper ETF, and the symbol is CPER. And since this is what we're trading, I want to take a look at it as far as resistance levels goes. So this is the big consolidation that we've been in. 2.5 years in the making in the form of an ascending triangle with a flat top and an ascending bottom. And you can see within this triangle, we also have a symmetrical triangle right here. Here's the resistance line, here's the support, which it's broken out of. And that gave us a $34 price projection. We got to 31. So there should be more there, which if that's achieved, it'll break us out of this larger pattern, and that will give us a lot more upside. However, prices hit resistance for the second time and backed off, and I went neutral because it had a big move from here to here. So last week, this is a weekly chart, so each bar represents a week of price action. You can see it had a big week and it slightly broke out. And then by the end of the week, by the end of Friday, it had settled back down just on pretty much on our resistance level. So there wasn't a clean breakout for me to jump back on bullish with a bullish outlook at this point in time. I expect that to happen, but again, nothing goes in a straight line. So when I see something like this, I'm like, well, it's slightly above the resistance line. Do I jump into it and chase it? And so I decided to take a closer look at this last run up from 25 to 30 or 31 actually. So that's 20 some percent without much of a pullback. And so the first thing I look at, one of the tools that I use as a market technician is the Elliott wave theory, which believes that trends or cycles go in waves of five, with 1, 3, and 5 in the direction of the bigger trend, and 2 and 4 are counter trend reactions. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we do have 5 waves in place. Is this fifth wave done or is it just unfolding? So let's take a closer look at this. And here we are. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then within the fifth wave, it looks to me like we have 5. But again, I like Elliott wave more for big picture things than I do for very small trading opportunities. But here we go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 5 waves in our fifth wave? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Within this fifth wave, do we have 5 within the fifth wave? I can't count it. We don't. It's too small to see. But I guess the point of this is that we're pretty close to this initial move, and what will happen when 5 waves is complete, we'll get a 3-wave correction, A, B, C. And then that will set up our next leg up. And the other thing I'm concerned about here is that as we've hit higher highs here, it looks like we're getting a negative divergence. We're getting lower highs. Now, that can be rectified with a big spike up on Monday, but it looks to me like it's setting up, which is typical of the fifth wave up, is that you start to get negative divergences, and it looks like we might have one. So I'm just going to stay neutral here, not for very long, because the upside potential here is so big, and I want to show you that. So we're going to take a look at the long-term chart of copper, like a 15-year chart, and let's take a look. So here's copper. This big ascending triangle, flat top, ascending support line, started back in 2008. So it's a gigantic pattern. That's what is that? 17 years in the making. And you can see as we speak, we're slightly above. Actually, this is March 5th, and I needed to update this another week, and it's even a little bit higher, but it does have that spike at the top. So it's close to this chart, but there's a slight breakout here on on this huge pattern, which suggests once, and this is a monthly chart. So we need a monthly close above, say, 475. And if we get that, then that would put our price projection of $8, which is arrived at by measuring the base of this triangle and projecting upward in play. So that's, I don't know, what, 80, 90% potential upside. So here again, we got some big potential. So I'm not going to sit this one out very long. Um, what I did when we hit resistance and we went neutral, I didn't go bearish, we went neutral. I sold half of my copper. So I'm looking for 2, 3%, 4% pullback in copper. If it's down on Monday, I'll buy a little bit. If it's down on Tuesday again, I'll buy some more, and I'll average into that position and hopefully even get larger. So that's where we're at on copper. Still neutral. Want to show you seasonality real quick. And it looks like, here's the time to own copper from February to May. And that's where, we're right in between those time periods. But you can see there's a pullback here, kind of coming in where we're at now. And so I'm not that, these are tendencies and seasonality. They don't always work. They're not always, uh, it just gives you a tendency. So what I take out of this seasonality chart on copper is that we're in the prime throes of copper advance. And whether you get a zigzag right or not, I mean, who cares? It doesn't matter in the big picture. So I'm not going to sit this out very long. I'm looking for a reason on any kind of a pullback to buy back in, and I will keep you updated on this channel. So thank you for watching Chart Built Wealth, Profitable Investing with Technical Analysis. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends and neighbors. I think the information's been good. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye bye.